Hey everyone, this is Mark Bates, and you've reached the Rabbit Room Apologetics Podcast. Thanks for joining us. So, we're continuing in our study of the Trinity, and we're at the section now, the Angel of Yahweh, right? So, let's get into it. So, the Angel of Yahweh, in Hebrew, Melach, Yud He Vav He, right? We don't know exactly how to pronounce Yahweh here. We're assuming Yahweh is the correct pronunciation. Is central to this discussion, often blurring lines between messenger and deity in the Hebrew Bible. The angel of Yahweh first appears prominently in Genesis 16, right? Here, we'll get to that in a second, when he encounters Hagar in the wilderness. During this encounter, the angel speaks in the first person as God. I will surely multiply your offspring. After the encounter, Hagar declares that she has seen God and lived. So let's look at Genesis 16 just for a second here. I'm going to look at the Net Bible version. And once again, the reason I like the Net Bible is because it does have these nice little notes here talking about, from the interpreters, the guys who translated it in English, why they were looking for things. And this is a great, here where you want to talk about the childless issue that Sarai was having and how that applies. Here's a great reference point for you, okay? So that's right in there in the Net Bible notes. Now, Sarai, Abram's wife, had not given birth to any children, but she had an Egyptian servant named Hagar. So Sarai said to Abram, "Since the Lord has prevented me from having children, have sexual relations with my servant. Perhaps I can have a family by her." Abram did what Sarai told him. So after Abram had lived in Canaan for 10 years, Sarai, Abram's wife, gave Hagar, her Egyptian servant, to her husband to be his wife. He had sexual relations with Hagar, and she became pregnant. Once Hagar realized she was pregnant, she despised Sarai. Then Sarai said to Abram, "You have brought this wrong on me." Okay. "I allowed my servant to have sexual relations with you, but when she realized that she was pregnant, she despised me. May the Lord judge between you and me." Right? It's always a great little argument between a husband and wife. Oh, right. Abram said to Sarai, "Since your servant is under your authority, do to her whatever you think best." In other words, he's putting off this. It's your issue. Then Sarai treated Hagar harshly, so she ran away from Sarai. The Lord's angel, right? This is the Malach, Yud He Vav He, right? And remember, this is 16:7. So if you want to see it in the actual Hebrew, here's the ESV, right? And the angel of the Lord, Malach, Yud He Vav He. So here we're definitely talking about the angel of the Lord, right? With God's name attached to it, okay? Found Hagar near a spring in the water, in the desert, the spring that is along the road to Shur. He said, "Hagar, servant of Sarai," right? "Where have you come from, and where are you going?" She replied, "I'm running away from my mistress Sarai." Then the Lord's angel, once again, so this is not Yud He Vav He, this is the Lord's angel. It's Malach Yud He Vav He, said to her, "Return to your mistress and submit to her authority. I will greatly multiply your descendants." The Lord's angel added, so that they too will be too numerous to count. Then the Lord's angel said to her, "You are now pregnant. You are about to give birth to a son. You are to name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard your painful groans." Right? Okay. This being is marked as the Malach Yud He Vav He. This being is marked as the angel of the Lord, but is obviously identified as God. Okay? A similar pattern obviously appears in Exodus 3. This is the burning bush narrative with Moses. The narrative initially states that the angel of Yahweh appeared to Moses in the burning bush, or the bush that did not consume in fire, right? Soon after, the dialogue identifies the speaker simply as God. It doesn't even bother needing to say, "This is the angel of the Lord." In response, Moses hides his face out of fear, unwilling to look upon God. These passages demonstrate that the angel of Yahweh is not merely a created messenger. Instead, he is a manifestation of Yahweh himself, even while distinguished from Yahweh in heaven. So there are definitely two different people or two different entities we're describing here. This tension has led many scholars to describe this phenomenon as a two Yahweh pattern within the Hebrew Bible. Michael Heiser describes this as the distinction between an invisible heavenly Yahweh and a visible Yahweh engaging with humanity, right? And go back to the garden. Who walked with Adam and Eve in the garden? It's a visible Yahweh, right? This reflects ancient Israelite flexibility in imagining God's presence, not polytheism. Okay, we're going to stop there, and we're going to get into Daniel 7 next. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any ideas where you want this to head after I get done with the Trinity, let me know, and we can pick up that position as well. I love adding stuff that you're looking for. If you like what you're seeing here with how I use Logos, it's the best Bible study software I know. There's a discount in my description for you to get it. If you're going to get it, you might as well get it at a discount. All right, everyone. I hope you have a great day. Be blessed. And remember, God is good all the time.